Hi everyone, this is Steve Johnson, and if you've talked to me recently, you know how much I enjoy the book Coherence. I find a lot of wisdom in the book and helpful ideas for school districts and school sites for bringing coherence to the organization. Recently I've read some other books, and I think taken together, these four books right here, Coherence, Leading Impact Teams, Visible Learning for Literacy, and Visible Learning for Mathematics, can help bring coherence in a tangible way to any organization. So the first place to start is with the four right drivers within the book Coherence, and those are focusing direction, cultivating collaborative cultures, securing accountability, and deepening learning. Now in focusing direction, you have to have strategies that are purpose-driven, goals that impact, a clarity of strategy, and that change leadership. And you can see that leadership just really is dispersed throughout all of the four right drivers. Then there's cultivating collaborative cultures, and this encourages a culture of growth, learning leadership, capacity building, and collaborative work. For securing accountability, you need both internal and external accountability, or responsibility, as Michael Fullen would say, is a good synonym for this. And then the last driver is deepening learning, which includes clarity of learning goals, precision in pedagogy, and shift practices through capacity building. So a question is, how do we put the four right drivers into practice? How do we make it tangible so that students learn? And I think a good place to start would be with John Hattie's visible learning research. Now, as you probably know if you're watching this, a 0.40 effect size provides 1 year of growth. As of right now, on the Visible Learning website, the top three effect sizes are teacher estimates of achievement at 1.62, collective teacher efficacy at 1.57, and self-reported grades at 1.33. Now you can see if 0.40 is 1 year of growth, you can triple or quadruple the rate of student achievement and learning by just doing these, focusing on one of these top three strategies or effect sizes. So we're going to, in this video, talk about collective teacher efficacy with a 1.57 effect size. So what is collective teacher efficacy? It's the teacher's confidence in his or her ability to promote student learning. Just like we wouldn't want to go to a surgeon who doesn't have confidence in his or her ability to heal us, we don't want to send our students to a teacher that does not have confidence in being able to promote student learning. So, Leading Impact Teams. This is the book that really helps promote collective teacher efficacy. If you focus on just promoting collective teacher efficacy, a lot of other things fall into place. So it's a good strategy and a good effect size to start with. Now, you need to read the book. I can't give you all the information here, all the important information you find in the book, but the basic outline of the Impact Team Basics is step one, a team unpacks a priority standard. In step two, the teachers decide what success for the standard looks like, and they create success criteria to assess the levels of achievement. In step three, they're going to find or create a clear assessment for students, probably a pre and post assessment, and then they're going to create or have from previous years exemplars to show the students what each level of success looks like. In step five, teachers want to model how students can self-assess and evaluate their work using the success criteria and the models that have been posted. And then in step six, the team meets together and discuss the results in the EAA model. Now, what is the EAA model? Well, it stands for Evidence, Analysis, and Action. The teachers fill this first part out, and they put the numbers of students who are in these four categories based upon the assessment. Then they go through and ask questions for each of the different categories of how students achieve. For this one, I'm just focusing on developing. So for developing, the evidence would be one or two barriers from becoming proficient. The analysis is, why was this challenging for the students? And here's a really great question. What actions can we take to help the students progress to the next level? Questions are so important because they lead us to the answers we need for the students to be successful. And this right here, what actions can we take, is really, I feel, one of the most important ways of building teacher collective efficacy using the impact team model. And the way that I conceptualize it is these two books help answer that question. They help us figure out what we can do to bring the students to the next level. So, what actions can we take to help them progress, help the students progress to the next level? Well, in those two books, both Visible Learning for Literacy and Mathematics, you have these strategies. Direct instruction is a 0.60. Effect size, vocabulary programs that you have can be a 0.62. Feedback is 0.73. Teacher clarity, 0.75. Spelling programs, 0.58. Scaffolding, 0.53. Phonics instruction, 0.52. So when you're asking yourself in your group, what actions can we take to help students progress to the next level, these might be strategies that you write down. They might be strategies that you look into as a team to build your capacity and at the same time build collective efficacy within the team. Now, it's important to note that in both Visible Learning for Mathematics and Literacy, the authors talk about surface learning, deep, and transfer. So you might use direct instruction for surface, maybe even for deep. Maybe you're going to use self-questioning, or maybe you're going to use feedback, or maybe you're going to use study skills or spelling programs or whatever it might be for surface and deep. And then for transfer, maybe you're going to use like a project-based learning model. These are the questions and the answers that you're going to arrive to during your conversation with your team, depending on where students are in the learning process, whether they're just acquiring information for the first time, whether they're really going deep with that the concepts that are being taught in class, and maybe even, hopefully, transferring that knowledge to many different content areas. So, kind of to wrap this all up, you have your 4 right drivers. You want to encourage focusing direction, cultivating collaborative culture, securing accountability, and deepening learning, and you want that change leadership to drive everything. If you don't have a plan, though, this can be very nebulous. So my suggestion is take those PLC structures you have and implement impact teams. When you have those impact teams in place, you can use the EA model of evidence, analysis, and action. And when you get to those questions and action for how to help students learn and progress to the next level, the strategies found within Visible Learning for Literacy and Visible Learning for Mathematics can really help. So you can bring coherence to your organization by pursuing teacher collective efficacy through the impact teams and deploying research-based strategies that are found in the Visible Learning books. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.